In the last section, we talked about interpreting English phrases into mathematical phrases, which are mathematical expressions. Well, we can take complete English sentences and translate them into mathematical sentences, which are equations. Let's do that. This says 3 more than twice a number is 17, and we want to find the number. 3 more than twice a number is. Now, it's often the case that the verb will be replaced with an equal sign, that the equal sign belongs in place of the verb. So when we say 3 more than twice a number, we need a letter to stand in for the number, so we're thinking 3 more than twice, let's say x. 3 more than twice x. Well, I know what twice x means. Twice x means 2x. 3 more than that means add 3 to it. Is means equals, is equal to, you see, 17. So that's how we kind of go through that process of interpretation. Now we'd like to solve this, subtracting 3 on both sides. These go out. We have 2x then is equal to 14, and dividing on both sides by 2. I'm going to jam myself a little bit unless I do this. The 2's cancel. We're left with x is equal to 7. So x equals 7. The number we're talking about is 7. Let's go through another one. The quotient of, now as soon as we see that, we know we have a division problem. So the quotient of a number and something else. Let's let n stand for the number this time. So quotient, we can automatically think in terms of a fraction. A number, let's let n stand for the number, as I say. So it's n over something. Let's see, a number and 6. Here's the quotient of a number and 6. Is equal to 5. Now we multiply on both sides by 6 to find our result. And I think that's pretty easy here. We multiply over here by 6, we'll get a cancellation, multiply by 6 over there, and we get 30. We find that n then is equal to 30. The solving of the equation is not what I'm really targeting right here. We're really targeting the idea of the interpretation of a sentence into a mathematical equation. 8, decreased by twice a number. Let's just, as we go along, let's go through the interpretation process. 8 decreased by, that means 8 minus. 8 decreased by twice a number, that's 2 times a number, like 2x, is equal to 4. So that's the idea, that's the equation. Now, we would subtract 8 on both sides and then divide on both sides by -2. We'll find out here that x is equal to 2 is the number that we're talking about. 3 more than 1/2 of a number. We can stop right there and not even go through the rest of it just yet. 3 more than 1/2 of a number. 1/2 of a number. Oh, that's 1/2 of a number. That's 1/2 of a number. We could also write this as n over 2, remember, but 1/2 times n would be fine. Okay, so this is the 1/2 of a number. 3 more than this means add 3 to it. Is, see, 3 more than 1/2 of a number, that's this, is equal to 9. You see, and then we'll solve this equation, and we'll find that n is equal to 12. Now, these situations of interpretation allow us to interpret more practical kinds of problems, like this one. It says the cost of a TV with remote control is $649. This amount, now when it says this amount, it's referring back to the amount in the previous sentence. That's this business. So this amount is $125 more than the cost of the same TV without remote control. Find the cost of the TV without remote control. You see, you read a problem like this and it sounds awfully complicated until you begin to apply some of the techniques that we just talked about. You see, the interpretation of words and phrases into a mathematical form. And it's the second sentence here that leads us into an equation. It says, let's see, this amount, now it's referring to the $649, is equal to. So what we have here is $649 is, wait, let's stop right there. $649 is equal to, all right, $125 more than the cost of the same TV without remote control. Find the cost of the TV without remote control. All right. More than the cost of the same TV without remote control. All of this we need a letter for. That's what we're looking for in the problem. So let's let N stand for that. All right, so N stands for this. We can just I'll just put it in here. $125 more than this TV without remote control. That's N. So $125 more than N. So here's $125 more than N. You see, you think about it enough and we come to some kind of conclusion like this. Now, subtracting 125 on both sides will solve the problem. So I'll go ahead and do that. 649 then minus 125 equals the right side minus 125. So on the right, we're isolating the N as expected. 649 minus 125 is 524. So the cost of the TV without the remote control is $524. The sale price of a pair of slacks is $38.95. This amount, again referring back to an amount given in the previous sentence, this amount is equal to, you see, $11 less than the regular price. Find the regular price. The regular price is the unknown quantity here. We'll let a letter stand in for it. Let's let the letter be, let's say R for regular price. And I'll just put it right in here. That's what this means, regular price. So $11 less than the regular price means $11 less than R. Okay, let's start with the beginning of this sentence and go through the interpretation mathematically. This amount, referring back to $38.95, is equal to 11 less than R. 11 smaller than R, that's R minus 11. You see, and now we need to add 11 on both sides to solve the problem. So it's $38.95 plus 11 is R minus 11 plus 11. So adding here, we get $49.95 for the regular price. This one involves a percent. The state income tax for Tim Fong last month was $256. This amount, again referring back to the previous sentence, is equal to $5 more than 8% of his monthly salary. Find Tim's monthly salary. We're finding the monthly salary. This monthly salary is unknown. Let's call it OS for salary. I'll just put the big S in here, and now we can interpret this in a mathematical form. Be careful, though, with the percent. It's a percent of means times this S. So 8% of S is what's appearing in this part of the problem. All right, this amount is 256. All right, 256. This amount is equal to $5 more than, that means we're going to add 5 to something, more than 8% of S, means 8% times S, and 8%, percents we express as decimals like this. 8% of S, you see now 5 more than this means add 5 to it. And we would go through and solve this. We would have to subtract 5 on both sides, clearing the 5 over here on the right, and then divide on both sides by 0.08. We would find the salary is, in a few steps here, we would find that salary is $3,137.50.